Hey, this is Sammy from samnuka.com, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by and watching this training. Now, this particular training, I wanted to talk about repurposing your content. Now, I know when I first heard about this, I wasn't too sure how to go about doing or why you would even bother for that case. So, in this particular training, I want to discuss with you why you should repurpose your content, 6 ways to repurpose your content, and how to repurpose your content. Okay, and then you're probably wondering, what do you do next? All right, and I'll discuss that with you. For those of you who are going to watch this all the way to the end, I'm going to give you my step-by-step blueprint guide to repurposing my content so that you can follow it and start doing the same thing yourself. Okay, so why you should repurpose your content? Now, there are ways that you can use your contents, right? So that if you're going to create the content, you may as well put it to a multiple use, right? You've already taken the effort, you've already taken the time to research, you've come to understand and gain the knowledge. You may as well turn it into a multiple use piece of content, okay? Because it basically means that you can actually get onto more platforms, which means you're more exposed to a number of different people, right? So the more content, the more platforms, the more people that are going to follow you, the more customers and clients you're actually going to get, which basically means your business ends up getting more profit. Okay. Now, this also allows you to connect with more people. Now, a lot of people underestimate this point. In fact, a lot of people don't even see it at all, right? And what I actually mean by connect is that everyone has their own preferred way of consuming content, right? Some people prefer to sit down and watch TV. Some people prefer to listen to radio. Some people prefer to read a book, right? And media is absolutely no different. What we're doing here is absolutely no different, and whatever niche you're involved with is absolutely no different. Some people will actually prefer to sit down and watch, to stand there and watch a video. Some people prefer to sit down and read a blog post. Some people would rather listen to an audio while they're driving, okay? And that's why I repurpose my content, because it allows me to connect with people whether they realize it or not, because I'm giving them content that they want to consume on the platform in which they want to consume it, okay? So automatically, I'm getting a one-up on people. For example, if they prefer to read a blog post, but there's only a training video being put together, right? I'm one up on that person because I've now given them the platform that they prefer to consume content on. Now, it doesn't mean I'm on all platforms available, okay? There are 6 particular ways that I go about doing it, and I will share that with you a little bit later on. So, another very important point is that it actually helps you save time with creating content, right? Some people would rather like sit down and write a blog post every single day, 5 days a week, right? And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all, right? If that's your preferred method, then go for it. You know, start there and then go and then branch out. But for those of you who are interested in repurposing your content, which I do highly suggest you do, this is going to save you so much time, right? Because you can create one piece of content and then you can repurpose it into multiple different ways that you can promote to get back to that main piece of content. Or you can just use it, right, to again connect with more people, to be on more platforms, to be more exposed, right? And it is going to save you time, I assure you, right? It does take me a few hours to put together a piece of content because I have to research and I have to understand, then I have to apply, and then I can create the piece of content going, well, this is what I actually did and this is how it worked for me. Yeah. So but it only takes me like an hour, for example, to create a video like this, you know, to extract the audio and then put it onto multiple different platforms. So let's get stuck into how to go about doing that, okay? Well, there's 6 different ways to repurpose your content that I actually use. And that is email, website pages, YouTube videos like this, social media posts, right, which you can do in your fan pages, your groups, or your actual personal profile. Audios, right, so like SoundCloud or podcasts, as well as blog posts, which are my favorite because they are the most diverse, as you will see in a second, right? So how to go about to repurposing your content. So with emails, what I've done with emails in the past and what I've seen other people do as well is that you can write, I sit down and write out my daily email that I send to my subscriber list, right? You can do the same thing. I then turn that email into a screenshot, which I can use for either my social media fan page, or my personal profile, right? Because then people can consume it that way, if that's what they prefer. The other thing I do is I can copy paste the email because the email is only going to my subscribers only, and I can use it as website pages that people can find in the future. And then the other way you can do it is that, hey, look, you've already made the effort to sit down and write this email, which means this topic is fresh in your mind and you can actually go about doing it. You can create that short video and use it, say, for example, for your YouTube campaigns, or you can go live, right, and put it on Facebook or Instagram or Periscope, right? That's the hot thing right now. either way, right? You've got the knowledge right there in your head at that particular moment, and you've just taken the time to write that email. You can go ahead and do that. Now, it's actually the same thing for site pages, right? Because essentially you're sitting down and you're writing a little bit of information. So you can turn that into as part of your daily email. You can turn it into fan page content, and you can also turn it into short videos. Okay, YouTube videos. Now, if you actually sit down and put together a YouTube video, you can have it transcribed, and then you could use that content as a page or a post, right? Meaning you're turning it into a vlog rather than just a video. The other thing that I love doing is I love to extract the audio and put it onto SoundCloud. Some of you, if you really, really want to, you can do it with podcasts as well, right? Or you can do it as vice versa. If you've put together a podcast, right, what I've actually seen, because I go on YouTube daily, but I don't ever go on podcasts. But I've seen some podcasts that I like, that I thought was really interesting, and I'll subscribe to the channel. And all they do is they have the audio playing in the background with the screen capture of the company's logo or that particular show's brand, right? And they just have it playing. And in doing so, you've just doubled your exposure because you now have a podcast as well as a YouTube channel that's cranking out videos, all right? Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. So, social posts. This one's a little bit tricky, right? Because, I mean, once the social post is put out there, you can't really copy paste anything and put it anywhere else. But you can obviously use that social post, right? Because, again, you've created the content, you're aware of it, you have the knowledge. You can actually turn that into a video, right? Or you can turn that into audio, right? By simply reading what it is that you've actually put together, right? But what I would actually use it as, and what I've seen top end earners, and I'm talking people who make millions, actually do, is that they use it as proof of engagement, because social proof is such a big thing, right? And especially nowadays, when, like, back in the days, you could just use quote unquote testimonials, right, which people got from like emails that they apparently got from their subscribers, right, or people who have commented on their channel or their blog posts, which are a lot harder. But people are a lot more inclined these days to get on social media and like something or love something or share it. Or what's most powerful is when they actually comment and they say, "Hey, look, this was really helpful," because you can go ahead, and what I've actually seen is I've seen people crop that comment out, right? That legit comment, and they use it on their sales pages as their actual social proof, right? Super, super powerful stuff. I would urge you to go about doing that. Audio. What you can do with your audio is you can transcribe your audio and use it as page or post content, or use it for a video presentation. Just like I said before, you could also just use the audio from a podcast or a SoundCloud put together that you've done, and you can actually just screenshot like the brand of your company. Now, I'm not obviously suggesting that you do that, but I've seen it done and it works. Okay, so there's nothing, doesn't mean that if it works for them, it means that you can do it. Now, blog posts. Okay, well, in case you didn't know, there is a new platform and a new media called blog posts. I'm really sorry. Look, that was actually supposed to be blog posts, right? And this is why blog posts are my favorite, because they are the most diverse piece of content. All right. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer to put together because you've got to do your research, right? You've got to at least try it out and have an idea of what it is that you're talking about, and then you can turn it into all of the above. That's what I do. And so that's what I wanted to offer to you guys. I want to give you my blueprint, my step-by-step guide on how I go about repurposing my content so that you can do the same thing yourself, right? So what I would suggest is make sure you opt in on the link that's in the description below, and make sure you grab your step-by-step guide, and I will show you exactly what it is that I do in my blog post. But essentially what I do is I go from a blog post and I create a video just like this. I extract the audio, right? And then I promote it throughout my social media platforms, and I also use it in my email. So I've created one piece of content, right, through my blog post, and then I've syndicated that into multiple platforms over multiple days, which makes it super, super powerful. And I want you to do the same thing, because you're already making the effort to go about putting it together. Okay, so what do I do now? Now the question is did you actually like this training? If you're here, I'm guessing you still are. So number one, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go ahead and click on that red button and you're subscribed. Okay, and if you want more, and if in fact if you want better, I want you to check out in the description below the link to getting this my step-by-step blueprint guide for how to repurpose content, how to go about doing it so that you can start applying immediately. Okay, because you can just follow it step by step. Now, if you want more information, you can go ahead and check out the blog post, which is in the comments section below. Right, go ahead and check it out. I've got more details on this particular topic that I've sat down and put together just for followers like yourself, so that you can gain more content. Okay, so look, I thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I put out content like this 2 to 3 times per week, right? In-depth trainings just like this, so that all my followers can benefit from what it is that I'm actually learning and implementing, and the results that I'm getting, I bring them to you. Okay, so thank you again for stopping by. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe onto the YouTube channel as well as my email list so that you can get that step-by-step guide. Take care, much love, and I will talk to you again soon.